is going to demonstrate the sequential search algorithm, and we also are going to be using some parallel arrays. And what the algorithm is going to do is ask the user to input a month. We will use the sequential search algorithm to find the month, and then where we have found it, then we will output the corresponding number of days in that month. So initially we have some statements that's going to initialize this months array and this days in months array. We will have some variables. The month to find will be input from the user. The num days will be this value that we'll output. And then we'll have a sub which will help us go through the values in our array. And we'll have a flag variable called false. For the sequential search algorithm, you actually can't do just a simple counter-controlled loop. And the reason is, as soon as you find it, you want to stop looping. But with a counter-controlled loop, if you did not say stop when you have found it, you will continue searching. So let's say we're searching for May. And because this is 0 base, May is 4. But if you don't say to stop through your loop and you're using a counter-controlled loop, even though I found it in May, I'm going to search in June, I'm going to search in 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 and 11. So not a simple counter-controlled loop. We will control the logic of this loop, and this is the loop right here, while we're less than this, because we never want to exceed that. And there's a possibility, if you don't use a counter, to go to 12, and then you'll have an out-of-bounds condition. And also, while we have not found it, we're going to go into our loop. So we're going to initialize sub to 0, and we're going to initialize found to false, and I'm just going to write an F for false. And will this be a true condition? Well, 0 is less than 11 is true. Not found, which is not false is true. So we have a true and true condition. We will go into the loop. And we'll check. Oh, I didn't get the input. So let's say March is what we're searching for to keep it quick. And so we're going to check, is months at 0 the same value as our month to find? And months of 0 is January. No, that does not equal. So we'll go to the false and increment our sub. Hey, we haven't found it at 0. Let's go to the next one. That's what we're saying here. So we'll go to the next one. And then we'll loop back up and retest. Is sub less than 11 true? Not found is true. True and true is true. And we go into the loop. Is months at 1, which is February, equal to our month we're finding? Again, we have a false condition, so we increment sub. And we loop back around, okay, and test again. So sub is 2. Is that less than 11? True. Not found is true. Going into the loop. If months at 2, which is March, is equal to what we're searching for, March. Oh, we have a true condition. So we will go into the true part of our if statement, making found true. I'll write a T for true. And looping back and around, we'll test again. Now, sub stayed at 2 because you only increment if you get a false condition in that decision. So sub is 2, so we still have a true statement there. But not found is not, and found is true. So not true is false. Well, true and false is a false condition, and we exit the loop. Now that we're out of the loop, it could be that we found it or we didn't find it. Isn't it a possibility that someone entered Detroit, okay, for the month? And if that were the case, we would not find the month in the array. So we're going to have to test if found. Now, found is Boolean. Found is either true or false. So in this condition, found is true, and we'll take the true condition. So we're going to go to the days in month, and note that sub is where we found March at. So sub is 2, and we'll go to days in month of 2, and days in month at 2 is 31. So we'll assign to num days, the variable num days, days in month at 2, 31, and then we'll output to the user that month has 31 days in it. And we'll continue on with not found condition in the next video.